Hey everybody, welcome to
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, it's Keebler from Sakatumi. Just want to throw out a shout out to our fellow podcaster down the road, Steve Pugh, host of Dads with Nerdy Ambitions. If you get a chance, give him a listen.
Saki Doomy.
We are back with part 2 of Donald Trump's assassination attempt. Let's see what we have to say today. It's me and Keebler. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's Detto. We're back with the second part of the Trump assassination attempt and how fake as shit it was. I'm here with Keebler.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
He was so excited he climbed out of the tree, came back.
I sure did.
And so this Trump assassination attempt it's almost like it's just scripted movie type stuff.
I'm not a big conspiracy theorist guy, and I usually don't like talking about this kind of subject, but this one's got my interest.
Why is that?
Because I think, and I'm going to say this once, I think you might be right.
That's it. I'm hanging it up. I'm retired. I want to know. Yes.
There's a lot of funny stuff here, and don't get me wrong. If this is real, my views are not for anybody to be hurt or dead or whatever.
Mine are.
Oh, yours might be, but I mean,
I say what I say, and I said
it. Deep down, I don't wish ill will upon anyone, but there's just a lot of question marks in this thing that really got me thinking. I listened to the first half of this episode. You and Casey did a great job.
Hey, thanks.
And
it was all Casey.
Pretty much was. And it got my interest, and you told me you were coming back with a second part of this. I said, I got to get on here.
Well, I wanted you on the first part, but you couldn't make it.
I couldn't make it.
You had stuff to do, and because it was so spur of the moment.
It was quick.
So I just said,
you don't plan on these type of things happening.
Screw it, we'll do 2 of them.
That sounds good to me.
And so here we are. And now I'm going to whip your ass.
Well, I'm kind of on your side with this.
Yeah, we were saying the other day that, at least I was saying, that it's completely scripted and there's too many things wrong. And who is hiring these Secret Service people that fail so badly, yet we pay them with our tax money?
Well, I've seen, pictures and videos of the layout of this campground or fairgrounds, whatever you want to call it, where the rally was. And by no means should anybody have been where the sniper or the guy who shot Trump and killed the other guy, Corey Compatore.
Yep. The firefighter.
That should have been taken care of. All those vantage points should have been covered. No doubt, no way, no how. I mean, it's just terrible.
I can't go to the grocery store without getting pulled over. This kid's climbing on buildings with a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
He either put that gun there well before, and these guys didn't find it. They don't sweep the area for anything suspicious.
You would think they would. Any building in the area, that close. You've seen shows or people have in the past taken longer shots than that from, way out.
That's what I said. Like Lee Harvey Oswald was basically the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he nailed him.
But yeah.
Although this kid was barred from his rifle club, which a rifle club at school?
When I heard rifle club, the first thing I thought was color guard for like the marching band. I never knew they had rifle clubs.
Either rifle club becomes part of like a home ec, where you learn to cook. Right. You learn to, what else are you doing? You learn art and you learn something else, sewing and all that stuff. You learn how to shoot a gun. Everybody does it. Everybody has to. There's nobody that can't.
Okay, yep.
And he was barred from this club.
Because he was such a god-awful shot.
He was a god-awful shot.
Yeah.
He killed somebody that got killed, and he shot the president-elect or the nominee or the candidate. But he was a president. I don't even know what the hell to call him anymore.
Former president.
Former president, yeah. But he's running again, so he's the candidate. So what is he? He's an orange-haired freak.
I'd rather call him a con man, but you call him what you may.
Hey, I made it clear I do not like Donald Trump as a human. I hate Joe Biden. So I don't know what to do here.
We're not supposed to be talking politics because that's a subject I don't really like to bring because there's no winners.
No, there never is.
But I have to agree, both candidates suck.
And you really have to pick the best of the worst.
Basically, that's what you're saying.
And my point,
and you're right.
My point has always been, you mean to tell me, out of millions and millions of people in this country, we are stuck with these two losers?
Yeah, that's.
Are you serious?
The only two people that can. Well, I mean, they're the ones that the oil guys and business CEOs and whatever put their money in. So because they like you said, don't know if they're actually making the calls. It's the people around them that are making the calls. It's like the second government. Like I think that's what you called it.
The deep dive?
The secret government, or
yes, it's the guys that are above
pulling the strings.
Mr. Robot, which I love. Mr. Robot and House of Cards, you can see all of this unfolding, and it probably is more real than it is TV.
Right.
And it's like there are people out there that have more pull and more influence over everything than you know. The president, I've said for years, is a figurehead. That's all it is. It's a person. It's a patsy.
Well, yeah,
it's a patsy position.
They don't make too many calls on their own because they have to go through Congress. You got the House, and then you got the Senate.
And that's why nothing gets done.
And nothing gets done.
And then they take the blame for it.
And then, of course, the president's going to get blamed.
Absolutely.
But you got two other bodies of government that are supposed to be helping out.
Hamper everything they do.
Absolutely. You got their hands tied.
I can't believe that anybody would ever want to run for president.
There's no plus side.
There is no plus side. Well, the plus side is free Secret Service for life and a salary for the rest of your life. For 8 years of work.
But they don't really need that salary because most of them are supposedly self-made, millionaires or billionaires.
Right.
But anyway, back to the...
I mean, when it started, that was great because there weren't people like there are today.
Yeah.
Like George Washington might have been a millionaire. I don't know. But...
Yeah, it would have been nice to see what the comps were, the money that he had and made compared to today's money.
Yes. But, whatever. At that point...
Back to the Secret Service, though, I was like, we were just watching a video before we came on.
What an epic fail.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it was 26 seconds?
Yes.
Before they took out the gunman after the first shot.
While they're pointing at him and see him.
Unbelievable.
As soon as you see him pull out a gun, you shoot him.
Yeah, there's you don't ask any questions.
It's like
it's not. You're not like, hey, time out. There's none of that.
Right.
You got the former president in your detail. You're supposed to be watching him. You take him out.
Where he's sitting there and he's looking at the kid that picks up the bazooka. He's like, "Don't fire, kid! Don't fire, kid! Don't fire!" Because you got to have. It's like, what do you do?
Right.
What do you do? Do I shoot this kid right now?
Right.
And
great movie.
End it, and then be ridiculed for shooting a kid with a cap gun?
Yeah. Or
do I wait till he shoots the president and then shoot him?
Right.
Like, what are you supposed to do? How do you know? That guy was probably sitting there like 26
That's a long time.
After the first shot was fired.
If you're out there right now, do yourself, try this at home. Count there, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and see how long 26 seconds is. That's a long-ass time.
It's long enough.
And the guy got off multiple shots. What, 4 or 5?
Yes. He got off at least 3, and I think it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's definitely uncalled for. Somebody missed an assignment there. I don't think they
were pointed at him. They were looking right at him.
Right.
Like, no way 26 seconds should go by.
Exactly.
No way. As soon as you hear that first shot, you obviously know it's a real gun. And at that point, it doesn't matter whether it is or isn't.
Exactly.
He could be firing blanks, but that's a horrible prank to play.
Oh, yeah.
And you just lost your life for it.
Exactly.
You know what you're doing, so you deserve to die.
Right.
Sorry.
It wasn't like he was special ed or whatever.
He kind of looks it. He's got that furrowed brow.
Furrowed brow.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
He looks like he pushes it against the window in the short bus.
What do you think? He was a hired patsy for these guys, or?
Yeah, I don't know. And I said it in the first part of this.
Let's go back to the actual shot at the president. Now we've seen or we've been shown the injury, and to me, it does not look like a gunshot. I think if your ear got hit with an AR-15 type weapon, don't you think part of it would be missing?
That's what I said.
Or is this guy the luckiest?
It must have gotten clipped by the absolute edge of it.
The
edge, and you would see damage, and there's none. He was on the golf course days later with no bandage, and there's no marks.
But like he said, I mean, one of the first quotes I heard from him was, I gotta be like
E.
I gotta be one of the luckiest guys in the world. He goes, maybe it's as I moved at the right time. But he's not moving that much up there. It's not like he's dancing. He's giving a speech.
No, he turned his head.
He's looking at a chart, but he's now, if he's faced that chart, I mean, that gives you he's got a pretty fat head. Gives you a wider target.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's my opinion. And only my opinion, but...
But he sat there, and he's like, he literally didn't know what was happening.
Well,
it took him a second or two.
Let me ask you
It took him a second or two to figure out what was happening before he even got down.
Yeah.
And that's exactly when the guy should have been shot at that point.
Exactly.
Not 26 seconds later.
But let me ask you this. Do the president, the Secret Service, and those guys, they must all have earpieces in for communication, don't you think?
They do. Oh, yeah, they're all talking to each other.
So after that first shot, he should have been going down, like right to the ground.
That was my point. That's why.
I mean, it took like you said, 4, 5, 6 seconds.
No.
That's a long ass time.
Do you blame this on the Secret Service for sucking, or do you blame it on it being scripted?
You got me there. I mean,
and then
I think it's a combination of both. But I mean, if it's not scripted, God bless everybody involved, because this shit shouldn't happen in this country at this day and age. I mean, are we like so far ahead of this stuff? Like this, like stuff that shit happened in the past.
No, we are behind, and we are behind because everyone should have a gun, whether you can shoot it or not. Well, it should be government issued.
I know you and Casey said you guys are not gun owners.
I don't own a gun. I don't really want a gun. I don't
own one personally, but Mrs. Keebler is a registered gun owner.
I do respect the Constitution. If you want a gun, go and get one.
And she keeps it in a safe place.
In fact, I advocate for gun owners because the more gun owners we have, the less likely this stuff will happen. If everybody in that convention there, had a gun and was allowed to carry it, what's going to happen? You can't brandish your weapon and start shooting at people because you're going to get shot.
Somebody's going to get shot, yeah.
Yes. And you won't even accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, because by the time you even brandish it and try shooting,
there'll be chaos there.
Somebody else is going to just be right behind you. Nope, not today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But there's countries, hear me out here, there's countries like, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's Japan, where there are no guns and there's no crime or heavy deaths like this.
Yes, because the penalties are much steeper. They don't put you in jail. They cut your hand off.
That's the problem with this country, is like, you do something to that effect.
I've also been an advocate.
You are coming back out on the street way too early.
I've also been an advocate for cruel and unusual punishment.
I don't know if you cruel and unusual, but I mean, there should be...
No. You have to be like this kid.
Right.
If he was actually caught doing it and going in there with a gun and all this stuff, and he actually fired, and there's no doubt about it.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Cut his hands off.
Well, he'd never be able to fire it again, that's for sure.
That's exactly right.
I hear what you're saying there.
Cut his hands off.
Maybe that's where we are missing.
And then, not only that, but he's a living example of what happens when you try and do things that you're not supposed to do. Like, I guess shooting him dead on the roof is a good start, but what if they didn't shoot him? What if they arrested him?
Well, yeah, if they arrest him, then
they try and rehab him. You want to rehab him? Cut his fucking hands off.
Well, yeah, and then you're putting a strain on the system.
Yeah, you're taking a strain off.
Taxpayer dollars. Now we took everything's out. You're right. Everything is taken out of play right there with his death.
Well, no.
No?
Yes, it is on that one particular case.
Right.
But if you were to leave him as a living example.
Well, yeah.
And cut his hands off, and he has to walk around, and everybody knows why they were cut off, people are going to begin to think twice about doing that.
Oh, true.
Which means that will then multiply and become a reason why the prisons are lessened. The populations are lessened because people won't do those types of things, and then you don't have to rehab them.
Oh yeah,
they don't have any hands.
You'd be walking in and be like, "Hey, Stubbs,"
and
what happened to you?
And you can't claim disability either.
Right.
That's your crime. You have to figure out how to live with no hands.
If you ever come out again.
Learn how to eat with your feet, dude.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Seriously.
I hear you.
That's how it is. And then if every single person had a gun, like if you went to a concert and everybody had a gun on them, would you open fire and try and kill a rock star or something like that?
Oh.
No, because you're dead.
Yeah, we'd be dead.
You might not even accomplish what you want.
Right.
So you're going to start to think twice about that.
Let me ask you this: your opinion on the coverage of the victims.
There isn't any.
Exactly. I mean, usually, I've read 2 articles on the survivors, the two guys that got wounded, and one of them, this James Copenhaver, don't even know what he
sounds like a cigar.
Yeah, it could be. Don't even know what happened to him. The other guy his name was David Dutch. Said he was shot twice.
David Dutch. Corey Compantoni and David Dutch.
David,
what is it? What is this? Alliteration Day?
James Copenhaver. Maybe they're code names. Who knows?
Yeah, for
they're WWE names.
I think they're names for.
But back to what I'm talking about. This guy gets shot. So you don't hear anything about these guys in the media. I know. The 2 different articles, 2 different papers that I've read. Oh, they want their privacy. They don't want to give a statement right now. Blah blah blah. But isn't it the media's job to find out the facts of what really happened? I mean, shouldn't we know more?
Yeah.
You would think?
Well,
I'm just asking.
Listen, we as Americans right now are putting them, and I hate defending the media. And I'm not defending them,
yeah, because...
but I'm making a clear statement that they're kind of put between a rock and a hard place.
They are.
If anything comes out against Trump, it's fake news.
Well,
it's fake news.
Oh, yeah, just ask Alex Jones.
What
happened to the kids at Sandy Hook?
Dude, Alex Jones is a retard.
I'm just saying.
Don't get me started on him. Anyway, that being said, so the media actually waited to make sure they got information correct.
Correct. Okay.
Before they went and said anything.
Well, that would be a plus.
If it came out against Trump for anything, you cannot at that point say it's fake news. And even people would have to say, all right, look, they waited, they went and investigated. They didn't just come out with headlines and topics real quick to get eyeballs, on it.
Right.
They went and tried to get it right this time.
Right.
So I'm actually commending the media on this point, even though I hate them. Yep. I think they're the worst
agency,
yeah,
whatever you want to call them,
business, whatever you want, in the world. Yet, if it wasn't for them, it's kind of like having police. You hate it when you get in trouble with the police, but you love it when they're there for you.
When they're there for you, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's what the media is kind of like.
Right.
And in this particular case, I think they did an all right job. Now, not being able to get the
where's the follow up though?
I believe they're trying, and the people won't do it.
They just won't do it.
They won't do it,
gotcha. Which
is odd in itself.
Yeah, because everybody's looking for their 10 minutes of fame or whatever. But you don't want to be famous for this, but here's your chance to tell your story.
And what happened?
You know what happens when you tell your story? You make money.
Exactly.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, I'll give you my story for $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million. The craziest part is that Trump's stock was shorted the day before.
No.
Yes.
Tell me no.
It was. They shorted it the day before, and now it's up.
Yeah, they came back up.
So now, is that good or bad? I thought when you shorted it, you want to sell it low or buy it back low, and then sell it back to wherever you got it from.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a loan.
But if it goes up, you're losing.
Yeah.
You're losing.
Yeah.
I think I'm no stock and bond guy.
No,
I don't know. I don't even have stocks and bonds.
I'm just an everyday guy.
The only thing I have invested is
living in my tree.
Time. Yeah. I have time into this podcast. That's about it.
Yeah. Can't wait till we start cutting checks here.
Oh, yeah. Come on, guys. Help us out. Please. I got to pay these fellas. We are still going. The stock was shorted, which is odd, the day before.
Right.
I think they were banking on him dying.
Oh, that's a possibility.
Him dying, and then
from a slice to the ear.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he was supposed to be hit.
Oh, you think it was his time?
Yeah, but that kid was such a bad shot. That's why he barred from that team.
Right. Here's the thing: we got the RNC. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get that in my head. RNC sounds right. Republican National Convention. Yeah, in Milwaukee.
No, it was in Pennsylvania.
No.
Last night.
Tonight. Tonight's the final night. Trump's supposed to be speaking. To me, if this is any kind of a human being, this is where he should put his case forward to unite the country. Do you think that's going to happen, or do you think you're going to get some rhetoric, some divisiveness again, as usual?
I think there's something afoot with J.D. Vance.
Oh, my, don't even get me started there.
I think he was on there. He hated Trump, and now he's running with him.
Now he's sucking his toes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He found his shoes. You know what I mean?
That's where
found his shoes, gave them back to him.
JD was down there sucking his toes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mr. Trump, I have your shoes. I can't believe they're over here. It's like Central Intelligence.
But if you want to unify the country, tonight when he speaks, this is his chance. That's my opinion. I don't know where we go from this, to tell you the truth, but we'll see what happens. And on the other side, the other guy should be stepping down. There should be a term limit on. There's a term limit on. There's an age requirement. You have to be, I believe.
No, there should be a rule for senility.
Well, that's what I'm going at. You have to be a certain age to become president. There should be a certain age where you can't be president anymore.
Yeah, you have to be between the years of 45 and 65, and that's it.
That would be fine by me.
And if you're
only allowed 2 terms anyway.
If you're 60, you can only do 1 term.
If you're
because you can't do the 8 years, you'd be out of the 65 year.
Right. I mean, that's something they should look into. Will it ever happen? Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
Why would it? Fat cat's getting fatter.
They're getting fatter.
Hey, I like tuna fish.
Stuff in my pockets.
Yeah. Can I have
Absolutely.
What are they? A bunch of Garfields over there in Washington. Can I have some lasagna and caviar, please?
We got
Bastards.
We got a caller. Is Sammy J calling in?
I don't think Sammy J's calling in. I got to get her the number somehow.
Yeah, somehow, some way.
If I knew it off the top of my head right now, I would put it up there so when she listens to
get
it.
her opinion on this.
I think it's 863-4695.
Oh, that ain't bad.
860.
860. Yeah. It would be nice to have a caller once in a while.
Yeah. I could be completely off of that number, though. I could be.
Yeah. Pizza Hut. Gonna take your order. Way to go.
Tommy's tanning.
Way to go, Detto. You're getting everybody else's business but us.
Planned Parenthood. What can I sign you up for?
You're an idiot.
Oh, I'm retarded. Oh, my God. The kid, the three names was the next part.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I was talking with Casey on the last
Yes,
point.
it struck me funny. Not funny that they have three names, but I think Casey hit that point on the head. That
Do they read it right off the birth certificate?
they must do something because you were talking about past assassinations and stuff, and one that I came up with was Gerald Ford.
I forgot he was shot at.
Yeah, twice in 17 days he was attempted to be killed by women.
Yeah, they must have been in the Secret Service. they didn't get the job done.
Here we go. Oh my
Poor
God.
Secret Service guys. They give their life.
But
They
the two
still
women
stick at
were.
it.
One of them was one of the Manson girls, Lynette Squeaky Fromm, and the other one was Sarah Jane Moore. Even they got three names. It's like it must be a given that if you're an assassin, they have to distinguish exactly who you are. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, hey, your name's Tom Smith. Tom Smith.
How come we never looked that up?
Well, we probably should have.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we didn't do our due diligence.
No, we did not on that one. Let me see if I can do it
like
real
the
quick.
Secret Service.
They failed. I'm gonna see if I can.
You're gonna look that up right now.
No, I'm good.
According to at least one broadcast journalism writing textbook, the reason for this is that a person is more likely to have the same two-part name as someone else than the same three-part name. So let
Casey hit that right on the nose.
John Henry Booth.
John Wilkes Booth.
It says Henry here.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Or Mark Lindsay Chapman.
Okay.
Was it Mark Lindsay Chapman? It's Mark David Chapman.
Yeah, you hit both of those.
No. Because it's John Booth.
Oh.
It's John Henry Booth. It wasn't John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, really?
That's why they put the third name in there.
Gotcha.
And Mark Lindsay Chapman.
But Casey hit that right on the nose.
Don't say that.
I'm telling her. Good job, Case.
All right, I'll see if I can edit that into. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, mesh it right in.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good like that. I'm learning. I'm learning here real quick.
I'm learning on the go.
Real quick, like. We are at 25 minutes, though.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot to edit already. We got anything else we want to stick in here?
No, just, like we said, it's just not a win-win subject.
No, but it's top.
It's something that needs to be talked about.
It's top trending right now.
It's top trending.
It's big news.
There's no winners from this, and it's just mine and Detto's opinion on what we saw, heard, read, blah, blah, blah.
No, it's Keebler's opinion. It's my fact.
True.
Argue with me on it. Call in. I gave you the number. Call me. Call me anytime.
I need to talk.
Call me, maybe. Wasn't that your favorite song at one point?
One time it was.
Anyway, Keebs, it was good talking to you. I'm glad you came in.
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to have you and Casey do it at the same time, but that didn't work out. But I'm glad you made it in anyway.
No problem.
And we will get back to... I got topics here for you that I want to go over with you before we leave.
All right.
So we are here. We are done with this episode right now. And we'll get back to you in a bit. All right, guys. As always, be good.
Socky Doomy.
Hey, everybody. It's Detto. Thanks for checking out the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to us. We can hook up, interact. You can tell us what you like about the show. Talk about what you don't like about the show. Give us information and insight. We'd appreciate it. We only want to make the show better for you guys. Also, if you get a chance, head over to sumassembly.net. That's our sponsor, and you could really use some business. All right? As always, everybody, be good.
Socky Doomy.